Wait, Emily, I always hear the word Allah, but how do I explain it to my English friends without getting totally stuck?
That's a big question, John. Many people feel confused about it.
Exactly.
Well, today we'll discover the Allah meaning in English using very simple, easy words.
Oh, that's exactly what I need.
Hello, everyone. I'm Emily.
And I'm John. Welcome back to our cozy chat. So, Emily, you said earlier we'd look at the Allah meaning in English. I'm really curious. I mean, I hear it all the time, but I want to be sure I say it right to my friends.
I understand, John. It's a great question. Basically, the Allah meaning in English is simply God.
Really? Just God?
Exactly. It's the Arabic word for the one and only God. It isn't a special name for a different person. It's just the word for God in the Arabic language.
I see. So when people speak Arabic, even if they aren't Muslim, do they use that word?
Yes, that is a very good point. Arab Christians, for example, use the word Allah when they read their Bible or when they pray.
Wow, I didn't know that. So it's like saying Dios in Spanish or Dieu in French?
Exactly, you got it. It's about the language, but in Islam, the word has a very deep and beautiful feeling.
Uh-huh. Can you give me a who is Allah simple explanation? Like if a child asked me, what should I say?
If a child asked, I would say, Allah is the one who made everything, the sun, the moon, the trees, and even you and me.
Right, so the creator.
Yes, exactly, the creator. In God in Islam, easy English, we often say he is the most merciful and the most kind.
Most merciful. That sounds very peaceful.
It really is. It means he is always ready to forgive, and he loves his creation more than a mother loves her baby.
Oh, wow, that's a very strong image, Emily. A mother's love is so big.
It is. And the idea is that God's love is even bigger.
I see. So when I'm explaining this to my friends, I can say that Allah is just the Arabic word for the one God who created the world.
Yes, John, that's a perfect, simple way to put it. You don't need big academic words, just the one God.
Passing. But why do people use the Arabic word instead of just saying God when they speak English?
That's a smart question. Well, some people feel that the word Allah is very special because it cannot be made plural.
Plural? You mean like gods?
Exactly. In English, we can say gods or goddesses, but in Arabic, the word Allah is always singular. It only means one.
Aha! So it reminds the speaker that there is only one.
Exactly. It keeps the focus on the oneness.
I like that. It's very clear. So when we talk about who is Allah's simple explanation, we are talking about the one and only creator who is kind and merciful.
You are a fast learner, John.
Thanks, I'm trying. It's just sometimes people think it's something scary or foreign.
I know. That's why we are talking about it today, to show that it's actually very familiar and safe.
Right. It's about connection.
Exactly. It's about the connection between the person and their maker.
So if I'm talking to my friend and they ask about God in Islam easy English, I can tell them that Muslims believe in the same God as the prophets like Abraham, Noah, and Moses.
Yes. Wow, that's a great way to explain it. It shows the history and the connection to other beliefs.
Wow, I feel much more comfortable now. I used to worry I'd say something wrong.
Don't worry, John. As long as you are respectful and use these simple ideas, you'll be fine.
Emily, what about the names? I heard there are many names for him.
Oh, yes, there are 99 names, but they're more like attributes or qualities.
Qualities, like the kind or the wise?
Exactly, like the provider or the all-seeing. Each name helps us understand a little bit more about who he is.
Aha! That makes sense. So it's like looking at a diamond from different sides.
Wow, John, that's a beautiful way to say it. Yes, exactly like a diamond.
Thanks. I just thought of it.
It really fits. Each name is a different light shining from the same source.
Right. And the source is Allah.
Exactly.
I'm thinking about the word mercy again. You mentioned he is the most merciful. Does that mean he is always watching us to help us?
Yes, in this simple explanation, we say he knows everything we feel, even the things we don't say out loud.
Really? Everything?
Everything. Even when you are sad or lonely, he is there.
That's very comforting, Emily. I think many people would like to hear that.
I think so too. It makes the world feel less scary.
Exactly. So, to recap, the Allah meaning in English is God. He is the one creator, he is kind and merciful, and he loves us very much.
Spot on, John. You explained it better than I could.
Oh, I don't know about that. You gave me the words.
Well, you used them perfectly.
I feel like I can actually have this conversation now. It's not a mystery anymore.
I'm so glad to hear that. That's the goal of our chat today.
Uh-huh. I guess the next step is learning how people actually talk to him.
That is a wonderful next step, John.
Yeah? Like, what do they say?
Well, they use these same qualities we talked about. They call him by his names when they need help.
Oh, I see. Like if they need wisdom, they call him the wise.
Exactly. Or if they need food or a job, they might call him the provider.
Wow, that's very practical. It's not just an abstract idea.
No, not at all. It's very personal.
I like that. Hey, to everyone listening, does this make sense to you too?
Good question, John. We would love to hear what you think.
Yeah, if you have a simple way to explain this, or if you have a question, let us know.
Definitely. We are all learning together here.
Exactly. So, Emily, before we move on, is there one thing people often get wrong?
I think the biggest mistake is thinking Allah is a Muslim god and not the god of everyone.
Right, like he only belongs to one group of people.
Exactly. But the who is Allah simple explanation is that he is the Lord of all the worlds, everyone and everything.
All the worlds, like planets and stars too?
Yes, everything that exists.
Wow, that is big.
It is. But even though he is that big, he is also very close to us.
Close? Like a friend?
Even closer. They say he is closer to us than our own heartbeat.
My heartbeat. Wow, that is very close indeed.
It shows that he is always with us.
I see. This has been so helpful, Emily. I feel much lighter now.
I'm glad. It's all about making things simple and clear.
Exactly. No need for complicated stuff.
Right. So are you ready to talk about how we can use these names in our daily life?
Oh, I love that. Let's keep going.
Great. But first, let's take a little breath and think about what we just learned about the one who is closer than our heartbeat.
That's a nice thought to keep in my head.
It really is. Now, let's look at how this connection works in the next part of our journey. So, John, since we are talking about the Allah meaning in English, I thought it would be a lovely idea to look at a few specific words together.
Oh, I would love that, Emily. Sometimes I have the feeling in my heart, but I just don't have the right words in my mouth. You know what I mean?
I completely understand. It is like having a beautiful bird in a cage, and you want to let it fly so everyone can see it.
Exactly. That is a perfect way to say it. So where do we start?
Well, let's look at a phrase we used earlier. Who is Allah? Simple explanation. Let's focus on that word, explanation. Do you know how to use that word naturally, John?
Explanation. Is it like telling someone why something is the way it is?
Spot on. An explanation is when you make something clear. If my friend is confused, I give them an explanation. It's like turning on a light in a dark room.
Aha, I see. So if my friend Mark asks me about my faith, I can say, let me give you a who is Allah simple explanation. Does that sound right?
It sounds perfect, John, and the word simple is very important there. It means we don't use big, scary words. We use words like love, peace, and one.
I like that. Simple makes me feel relaxed. When things are too difficult, my brain feels like it is running a marathon.
We don't want your brain to get tired. Now let's look at another one. This is a big one for your friends to understand. God in Islam, easy English.
Right. I always want to explain that it is the same God that people talk about in other languages.
Exactly. So let's look at the word Islam. Some people might feel it is a distant word, but in a God in Islam easy English conversation, you can explain that Islam simply means peace and submission, or
So, John, are you ready to let that bird fly? Are you ready to practice these words out loud?
Yes, Emily, I am ready. I really want to feel comfortable when I speak about this. My heart is beating a little fast, but in a good way.
That is completely normal. That is just your energy. So, let's do a little exercise. I will say a sentence very slowly. You listen, and then you repeat it after me. And for everyone listening at home or on the bus, please join us. This is for you too.
I like that. It is like we're all sitting in this coffee shop together. Okay, Emily, I am listening.
Perfect. Let's start with the most important part. Listen carefully. The Allah meaning in English is simply God.
Let me try. The Allah meaning in English is simply God.
Exactly. That was perfect, John. How did that feel to say?
It felt easy. It didn't feel like a difficult lesson. It felt like I was just telling a friend a simple truth.
That is the goal. Let's try it one more time, just to make sure it stays in your heart. The Allah meaning in English is simply God.
The Allah meaning in English is simply God.
Beautiful. Now, sometimes people have a big question. They want to know more. They might ask you about the person or the concept. So let's practice a sentence for that. Listen first. If you want a who is Allah simple explanation, He is the creator of everything.
That's a longer one. Let me try. If you want a who is Allah simple explanation, He is the creator of everything.
Aha! You did it! You sounded very confident there, John.
I tried to think about the words while I said them. I thought about the trees and the sky. It makes the sentence feel more real.
That is a wonderful way to learn. When we connect words to real things, they aren't just sounds anymore. They become meanings. Shall we try that one again? If you want a who is Allah simple explanation, He is the creator of everything.
If you want a who is Allah simple explanation, He is the creator of everything. Yes, I like that. It feels very clear.
I'm so glad. Now, let's try to use another phrase we talked about. Sometimes people are curious about how we speak about religion in a simple way. Listen to this. We can explain God in Islam easy English so everyone understands.
We can explain God in Islam easy English so everyone understands.
Wow, John, your pronunciation is getting so smooth.
Really? I feel like I'm finally finding my voice. It's helpful to say God in Islam easy English because it shows that we want to be kind and clear to everyone.
Exactly. It shows you want to build a bridge between people. Let's repeat that one more time. We can explain God in Islam easy English so everyone understands.
We can explain God in Islam easy English so everyone understands.
Perfect. Now, let's slow down even more. Let's talk about how it feels. Listen, Allah is the most merciful and the most kind.
Allah is the most merciful and the most kind.
Yes. Do you hear how soft those words are? Merciful, kind.
Yes, they feel very warm. Can I try saying it again, but a bit more slowly?
Of course, John. Take your time. There's no rush here.
Allah is the most merciful and the most kind.
That was beautiful. I could really feel the peace in your voice.
I felt it too, Emily. It's strange, isn't it? Just saying the words makes me feel more calm.
That is the power of language, John, especially when we talk about things that matter to us. Okay, let's try a sentence that combines a few things. Listen, when I talk about the Allah meaning in English, I feel peace in my heart.
When I talk about the Allah meaning in English, I feel peace in my heart.
Aha! You are a natural at this. Now, let's try one more for our Who is Allah simple explanation part. Listen, Allah is the one who hears our prayers.
Allah is the one who hears our prayers.
Exactly. And one more for the other phrase. It is easy to explain God in Islam easy English to my friends.
It is easy to explain God in Islam easy English to my friends.
John, you did so well. I'm so proud of how you're practicing.
Thank you, Emily. I actually feel like I could walk out of this coffee shop right now and talk to someone. I don't feel scared of the words anymore.
That makes me so happy to hear. That's exactly why we're doing this. We want these words to feel like old friends, not like strangers in a textbook.
Old friends. I like that. It makes the Allah meaning in English feel very close and personal.
It should be. Now, for everyone listening with us, did you repeat the sentences too? I hope you did. It really helps to hear your own voice saying these beautiful things.
Yes, don't be shy. If I can do it, you can definitely do it too. Even if you make a mistake, it's okay. Emily is very patient.
I am. And mistakes are just steps on the path to learning. Let's do a final round of these 3 main phrases, just to lock them in. I'll say all 3, and you repeat them one by one. Ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Number 1, the Allah meaning in English is God.
The Allah meaning in English is God.
Number 2, here's a Who is Allah simple explanation. He is the one.
Here's a Who is Allah simple explanation. He is the one.
And number 3, I love talking about God in Islam easy English.
I love talking about God in Islam easy English.
Wonderful. Simply wonderful.
Wow, I feel much more light now, Emily, like I have the right tools in my bag.
I can see it in your eyes, John. You look much more relaxed.
I am. You know, I was thinking, it's not just about the words, it's about the connection. When I say the Allah meaning in English, I am connecting my language to my faith.
That is a very deep thought, John. You are exactly right. It is about bringing your whole self into your English.
Well, you are a very good teacher.
And you are a very good student. But more importantly, we're just 2 friends having a chat.
The best kind of chat.
Now, I want to ask everyone listening, which of these sentences was your favorite? Which one felt the best in your mouth? Maybe you can write it down or say it one more time to yourself while you finish your coffee or your walk.
That's a great idea. My favorite was the one about mercy. It just felt soft.
I agree. That one is very special. Well, John, we have practiced a lot today. You have done the hard work of opening your heart and your mouth to these new ways of speaking.
I'm nodding. I feel good, but I think I need to sit with these words for a moment. Just let them breathe.
That is a perfect idea. Let's take a little moment together just to feel the quiet after all that practice. And then we can think about how we can use these words in our daily lives, maybe with our families or our neighbors.
I'd like that. I'm already thinking about my friend Sarah. I think she would really understand the Allah meaning in English better if I said it the way we practiced today.
I'm sure she would. It's all about the simple, easy connection.
Exactly.
Let's keep this feeling as we move into our final thoughts for today. There's still a little more to explore together about how we can share this peace with others. That was wonderful, John. You sounded so natural and calm when you practiced those sentences.
Thank you, Emily. I actually feel much more comfortable now. It feels good to let those words out.
It really does. Now, let's move to our favorite part of the show. It is time for our question of the day.
Oh, I love this part. This is when we really get to connect with everyone listening.
Exactly. So for everyone at home or on your way to work, our question today is, how do you explain the Allah meaning in English to your friends or family? Or if a friend asks you, what is your favorite "Who is Allah?" simple explanation?
That is a very good question, Emily. It makes you really think about the words you choose.
It does. To help you out, I have 5 simple examples of how you can answer. These are great if you want to make the idea of God in Islam easy for someone to understand.
I'm ready. I'm going to listen closely to these. Takes a pen out.
Example number 1. Allah is the Arabic word for the one and only God who created the whole world.
Right. That is very direct and clear.
Exactly. Example number 2. To me, Allah means the most merciful and the most kind person I can always talk to.
Oh, I love that one. It feels very warm and safe.
I agree. Example number 3, it is the same God that people talk about in English, just using the Arabic name.
Aha! That really helps people understand that it's not a different God.
Exactly, John. Example number 4, Allah is the source of all the peace and the light I feel in my heart.
Wow, that is very beautiful, Emily.
And finally, example number 5, Allah is the one I pray to when I am happy and when I need help.
Those are all so helpful. It makes talking about it feel so much easier.
I'm so glad. Now, we want to hear from you. Please share your own simple explanation with us.
Yes, we love hearing your stories. But don't go anywhere yet.
That's right. Next, we are going to look at some very common mistakes people make when talking about this topic. Well, John, we have reached the end of our talk today. It felt so peaceful to share the Allah meaning in English with you.
It really did, Emily. I feel much lighter now. I realize that a "Who is Allah?" simple explanation does not have to be long or difficult. Smiles.
Exactly. Simple words are often the most beautiful. Whether you explain God in Islam easy English or simply say God, the most important thing is the peace in your heart. Nods.
Right. I feel ready to talk with my friends now without any stress. Thank you for this calm space, Emily.
Warmly. You are so welcome. And to everyone listening, thank you for joining our circle. Take your time, stay safe, and stay happy, softly.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.